I mean, I didn't do it by myself. My wife and my brother-in-law helped, but I mean,
A lot of help.
just taking that. I mean, it wasn't like I came in and said, "Okay, I'm going to do weddings and office space rentals," and we need. I mean, it was like, that's another show. That,
a whole other story.
But it was once we got through that and got it stabilized, and the really interesting thing is that there's Civil War, what are called lightning sketches on the walls with portraits of Jefferson Davis, Jeb Stuart, and Abraham Lincoln, signed and dated September 16th, 1862, the day before the Battle of Antietam. And the other Michigan tie is that, well, among others, of course, Michigan troops, a lot of troops in the Civil War came through Frederick. It really was a crossroads. And that's where Custer was brevetted general right before the Battle of Gettysburg, down at Frederick.
Fascinating stuff. Tell me, as you think about the future for this show, one of the things I thought about when we were planning your visit here was I was wondering if you've taken any steps, or even if there are any steps you can take to protect the idea while you're still
Well, you must have been reading the trades lately.
I have been, and that there's been a lot of public feuding even among networks saying you stole our idea, and a lot of it has been directed at Fox TV where they've stolen, they've been accused of stealing some ideas.
Well, I mean, that's the nature of the beast.
So there's really not much.
I mean, somebody could come in and put this together, but I mean, we're pretty much so far along. But I welcome the competition if somebody wants to, because we got the real deal and we have a real historic house. And the idea is to, for example, the next city we would like to come back to Grand Rapids, and also we talked about doing a fundraiser for this PBS station, with having the phones manned by Rebel and Yankee reenactors. And I think it could be a tremendous fundraiser for this station, and we would combine that with a casting call. And in terms of, value-added incentives for people to make donations, we'd be happy to work with you on that.
Absolutely. I mean, that would be an interesting thing to have folks in this area become involved in something like this. Speaking of getting more information, you mentioned earlier your website. We do have that up on the screen for folks right now, and it's easy to remember because it is the name of the show, Sabres and Roses. So it's sabresandroses.com, and make sure to write that down because it is ER, Sabre, ER, sabresandroses.com. And what else can folks find on your site?
They'll find, I've had my hands full with everything else that I haven't done a lot of updates to it, but it's got basic information on the show. It's got our product line on there of T-shirts and CDs they can buy, which are starting to sell.
Right.
And
maybe casting calls.
Yeah, well, it's got information on the casting calls.
Okay.
I would say we'll probably be coming back to Grand Rapids in September.
All right. Johnny, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Fred.
We ran out of time. Thank you so much for joining us at home. Look for us on the radio every weekday from 5 in the morning until 7 at night, West Michigan's only NPR station with local news, weather, and traffic. We'd like to hear from you too. Questions, you can email those to feedback@gbsu.edu or drop me a line in the mail, 301 West Fulton, Grand Rapids 49504. And we'll see you next time on Newsmakers.